It's always great to see Giants wide receiver and Super Bowl legend Hakeem Nicks here at training camp.
Yes, sir.
Hakeem, one of the things that I was really impressed with, you just told me a fan came by and brought you a ticket stub from the game in which you scored your first touchdown. That's amazing. That's the kind of loyalty Giants fans have.
Hey, man, that's the loyalty that they have, man. I was just telling you, at every event like this, every year I come out, I always get something special that I can take back to my man cave, man, the personal item. So shout out to the Giants fans for that. That means a lot. I'm
sure you remember the play, and I got to know what you did with the ball.
Oh, I still got that. Yeah, I still got that. It's at the house. It was a 72-yarder on a little tunnel screen. Took it right to the house. That was my first game back because I got hurt in the first game. So I sat 2 weeks and came right back, and that was my first touchdown in the NFL.
You know, you guys had such a strong passing attack with Eli Manning. The Giants now have Russell Wilson, who himself has got Hall of Fame credentials.
Right.
What are some of the thoughts that you think he can bring to this team with the experience and the type of level of play that he's put on the field?
I think leadership and then playing above the X's and O's. You know, he's been around, he's seen a lot. He's seen a lot of defenses. It ain't too many things you're going to throw at him that he ain't going to be able to get. And, you know, with the relationship that Coach Brian Dable has with the quarterbacks, man, I think that's going to benefit as well.
Now, when you played, Eli Manning always had a great relationship with you guys as receivers. You had your Friday meetings all the time. That was above and beyond. How hard will that be for Russell Wilson coming in new to create that kind of chemistry so quickly, because he needs to do it? I mean, opening day is right around the corner with these receivers.
Right. Well, the good thing is he's been in the building ever since he signed. You know what I mean? And then he's been, you know, taking that leadership role, getting the guys together in the offseason as well. So I think that just comes with the leadership role. Once you get guys to buy in, I believe every time they was linking up, all the guys was there. You know what I mean? So I think that team camaraderie is going to roll over through training camp and the preseason. And then, you know, when you get that roster cut down, I think you'll be able to find out, you know, a little bit more.
Now, I know the Kansas City touchdown is always memorable because it's your first one, but the Hail Mary in Green Bay in the playoff game right before halftime is one the fans will never forget.
I get that a lot.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson throws that deep moon ball, that rainbow toss, that big Hail Mary pass. As a receiver, when you know the quarterback has the ability to hit you on one of those, what does that do for you?
Oh man, you see ball, go get ball. You know what I mean? You're always open. You want your quarterback to think you're always open, even when you got somebody on you, because he trusts your hands.
What is the trick to being able to come down with that, besides having long arms and having height? And I mean, is it the anticipation? Is it positioning? Is it the actual jump? Is it the hand strength?
I mean, it might sound simple, but it's just catching the ball. You know what I mean? When you're a wide receiver, especially on this level, you know, you got to catch the ball, right? So, you know, just when you see the ball, you get the ball, you go catch it. Me personally, I like taking the ball right out the air. So, you know, that's just what my specialty was.
All right, let me ask you about this wide receiving core, because obviously Malik Neighbors in his rookie season set all kinds of Giants rookie records. Your thoughts when you look at him and where his upside might be, because he certainly came in with a splash.
Well, the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? I think he's headed up the right, you know, hill. He's going to keep exceeding. He's going to do everything he's supposed to do. I got to talk with him a few times. Man, he got a great head on his shoulder, humble kid, and he loves football. You know, that's what you need out of a guy like that, a young leader, loves football, bring the intensity, bring the energy, and that's what he does. He checks out with all those qualities. So, man, I think he has a lot of upside, and he's going to be a great receiver for the Giants.
As someone who played the position, could you give me one specific fine point skill that you see in him that makes you even maybe drop your jaw a little bit and say, wow, that's really, really elite?
I think he's well-rounded. You know, I think you can move him. By saying that, I mean I think you can move him around. He's not a guy you could just leave on one side of the field. You could put him in a slot. You could put him over here. He could beat you deep. He could get the ball in his hands quick and give you the same results. So I think that's all that he brings to the table, which makes him lethal.
Well, I think you were pretty darn lethal when you were here with the Giants and got that Super Bowl ring to show for it. Hakeem Nicks, always great to see you.
Always good to be here. Thanks for having me.
The Huddle is brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the New York Giants. From game day celebrations to your everyday financial needs, Big Blue fans can get the most out of every moment with Citizens. Learn more at citizensbank.com/Giants.
Huddle up, get in here. If you're lined up here, you gotta go over the middle with it to score.
Right. How do we make that happen?
I don't know, but Citizens does. Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
It's always great to see Giants legend and Super Bowl champion Stephen Baker back here at training camp. And, you know, Stephen, you played wide receiver. You were explosive. You scored touchdowns. We all knew you as the touchdown maker. When you look at a guy like Malik Neighbors, what does a professional eye see in him that makes him so special?
His aggressiveness to the ball. I always liken myself as that type of player. Go get the ball, make a play for your quarterback. And that's what he does very well to me. And, you know, the confidence, you can see he has it. And, I mean, he makes plays, and that's how I was. So, like I said, his aggressiveness, the way he attacks the ball, he doesn't wait for it, and how he runs out of his breaks very emphatically. Because some guys just lollygag out. No, you got to stomp and get out, man. And I can still do it for a little while. But no, his explosiveness, and I envy it.
Wan'Dale Robinson is more of a diminutive receiver, and I know you can appreciate that. What is it about his game that allows him to succeed in the land of giants now? Because those people in the secondary are bigger than even when you played.
Absolutely, but he's in the slot. So I always said, when you're in the slot, man, you got all that room to maneuver. You remember the great Dave Meggett when we put him in the backfield and he was one-on-one. He could go any way he wanted to. And when you have that much field and you got that much athletic ability as Wan'Dale has, he should be unstoppable.
I'd love to get your opinion of this wide receiver room because there's a mixture of guys. It looks like they all have a little bit of a different skill set that complement each other. I've always said if you have a wide receiver room that's all the same type of receiver, that's probably not a good thing.
Absolutely not. And you're absolutely right, because when I played, everybody knew their role. Odessa Turner was our big play guy going across the middle. They brought me in to make big plays down the field. Everybody knew their role. If these receivers can all buy into their role and not want to be the number one guy in the league, you know, I always say that to kids, be the best player for your team. And if they can all buy into that, I don't see nothing stopping them. You got these great quarterbacks here now too, and the sky's the limit.
I'm glad you mentioned quarterback because Russell Wilson is so well known for the moon ball, the long, deep go route, dropping the ball in the bucket. What does that do for a receiver room when they know that their quarterback is so good at putting the ball right on the money deep downfield?
Well, the great Coach Sweeney, when I was at Fresno, always taught his son, the quarterback, throw it high and far and let it drop in the bucket because defensive backs get lost when that ball's in the air that long. And we know where it is, and it just drops right in there. So I think they're going to have a great year with this quarterback. I really love Russell Wilson.
All right, I want to ask you about a different position, though, because running back Tyrone Tracy is now a running back, but 3 years ago when he was in college, he was a wide receiver. How much appreciation do you have for a guy who came into college football as a receiver and then converted into running back? Because he's a pretty good one.
Yeah, much respect. I always likened myself. I said I run like Jim Brown, but catch like Lynn Swann. He's just the opposite. And that means
his biceps were a little bigger than yours.
Oh, a whole lot bigger, but it's a mindset thing.
Thighs too.
It's a mindset thing. So I would say this. What a great compliment you have. You got a two-way player. Because that means he's going to be very good coming out of the backfield catching passes because he has that wide receiver skill set. So I think they're going to utilize him a lot in that sense.
And finally, so many people talk about the complexities of today's offenses, the motion and all the other stuff that they're doing. Look, Ronnie Hart was the offensive coordinator back in the day. How different do you think when you watch these offensive schemes, how different do you think they are from the time you played? You think they're more difficult or is it still football?
To me, it's still football. I ain't gonna lie, it's still football, but I think I would get kind of lost with all the verbiage. The verbiage is a little too long. We had one call for a deep out. It was called 82 semi, meaning max protection. Everybody stay in the block, the two receivers go out. 60 protection, the running back stayed in, but 62 semi. It was very simple then. Now when I hear these calls on NFL Network, when they 82 blast, 62 go, circle around the back, so it's still the same. It's still football.
Parcells pat you in the back and say, come on, kid, go make a play.
That's it. And as long as it's a one-on-one to me with the receivers, it's still football, man. It's like one-on-one drills.
Stephen Baker, always glad to have you back. Great to see you again.
Likewise. Thank you very much.